All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry if my camera's doing funny things with the lights. I'm gonna have to get a better setup here eventually. I'm a school teacher, as you guys know, and it's summertime. So instead of spending the nighttime where my kids are home, it's 6:30. They just got home with my wife. Instead of spending it with you guys, I'm going to spend it with them. So I'm probably going to start doing mid-afternoon gun chats for the rest of the summer, and then we'll go back to nights after I get started in school. So this will be the chat for today, and the rest of the summer we'll probably be doing it this way. Hope this is okay for you guys. I know not everybody's off of work yet on the Caliban leftist coast or the Rocky Mountains or anything like that. Here in Alaska, I'm off. It's afternoon. It's about 1:30 p.m. or just after 1:30 p.m. And I know it's about 5:30 p.m. on the East Coast. So hoping you guys can still watch, or maybe different people can watch at different times. So guys, just let me know what you think. My camera and the lighting is just going crazy. So, if I brighten it up too much, then I get too bright, and then the camera changes automatically and all that kind of stuff. So got all sorts of things here. I like to shout out the chat. So make sure while you're here that you comment at first and let me know where you're from or say hi. I don't have a particular topic. We always go with your questions. And so your questions, my answers, they're worth exactly what you paid for it, unless, of course, you give a super chat or you're a Patreon member, in which case they're probably worth less than what you paid for it. But anyway, just to give my knowledge, and I hope a lot of people, can benefit from it. If you guys like the new time, for the summer, please let me know in the comments or in the side chat. If you don't like the time for the summer, also, again, please let me know in the comments or the side chat. And, I can work around it. Maybe I can do 2:30. It makes it 6:30 on the East Coast. Maybe I can do 3:30. Makes it, 7:30 on the East Coast. So, guys, let me know what you guys want to do. I'm kind of doing this now because of this is more convenient for me. And again, ask your questions and about guns or anything. Apparently Reloading Weatherby wants to talk about college football. Ask your questions about guns, laws, stuff like that. I know right now Guns and Gadget has his live view of the Senate or the House of Representatives voting on the pistol brace nullification bill. So you probably rather go watch that than me. I don't want to watch them debate it or anything like that. I just want to see the results later. So that's that. Anyway, I'm working on building this room here into a studio. So that's going to probably take me all summer, but hopefully we'll have some better cameras and better live chats and all that kind of stuff going on. I also want to know, do you want to see live chats on Rumble where I can actually, show a firearm and talk about it and, talk about what we can do with it and what's good about it and that kind of thing, and answer your questions directly about that firearm, so that's that. So let's shout out the chat and see everybody who's here. Reloading Weatherby's here. And don't forget to join my MeWe page. That's where all my deals are. David Walcott is here. Alvaro is here. Calabans. Yeah, the Caliban. The Caliban. I think it's somewhat, it rolls off the lips so much better than California. I've talked about that a bunch. So yeah, that's the new name, the Caliban. So hey, what's up, Tactical Fud? Devin Lemke, hello, good to see you. Assuming you're related to my wife's friends things I see on Facebook. So good to see you. Thanks for subscribing and turning in. I appreciate it. What's up, Busta Bass? Busta Bass. All right. Hunter Kirk from North Idaho is always here. Tactical Fud again. All right. First question. Will the Vols be good this year? They will have a winning record bowl season, I think, but I don't think they're going to be that 10-win team competing for the national championship like they were last year. And they just weren't as good as the Bulldogs last year, unfortunately. Sorry, Georgia Bulldogs. So whatever it is. So yeah, anyway, but I'm a Vol fan. I'm, born and raised in Georgia, but my family's from Tennessee. So there we go. So hopefully they'll be good. I really like their offense, though. It's going to be hard to stop for most teams, but good teams like Georgia and possibly Alabama will be able to stop it. Hey, y'all from the heart of Dixie. How you doing? AFJ third. So hope you're doing well. Thanks for subscribing and tuning in, and share your knowledge and all that kind of stuff. I can't find any Ruger 10 millimeter 1911s or good things on the EAA 10 millimeter 1911s. Yeah, I've been wanting to pick up a Gerson, the Gerson 10 millimeter, the 6-inch Hunter. They're decent price, and Clover Tack has some good videos on it, and it works and it's accurate, and seems to do. But I'd have to run it and put it through its test, and I think they only come with one mag, which is terrible. But yeah, made in Turkey, but at least Turkey is a NATO ally, sort of, and it's you're not buying a pure communist gun. But anyway, is what it is. This is more like it. Those midnight chats are hit and miss for us Midwesterners. Gotcha. Yeah, long overdue. Anyways, yeah. All right. What is your thoughts on this resurgence on larger 380 pistols? I think it's a good thing. 380 doesn't get its energy in a 1.75 or 2-inch barrel. It needs a 4-inch barrel, like everything else, to get the energy that's on the box. And so, if somebody can't handle the recoil of a 9 millimeter, but you have a gun that's fairly that size, you're actually going to get less recoil. If they can't handle the recoil of 9 millimeter, but you give them a small little Ruger LCP, you're going to get a gun with a horrible trigger pull. There's my camera and lighting going again. I don't know what's going on. All right. You're going to get a horrible gun as far as like the LCP type thing. It's not a horrible gun, but you hand them something small, it's going to have more recoil and not really do the problem. So that's what it is. Yes, I've wanted to make it up there 1 year for caribou hunting. What is your thoughts on where to go? Um, have your wife message my wife, and we'll talk about it. I'll give you my phone number and talk about it. Right now, caribou hunting's down. And they're not going to issue any units, any tickets for Unit 13. They're not going to issue any units for a lot of things. So, is what it is. 380 pistol's pretty good when done right. Not sure why it was some gun manufacturer what it compacted. I mean, for a compact carry gun, it works. But today you can get 9 millimeters that are 85% as small. If that makes sense, the Ruger LCP is pretty small, but the SIG P365 is almost as small, within an inch or 2 inch. In every direction, it's within quarter of an inch, maybe. So that's that. So, Chris from the 740, it's good to see you here. If you haven't subscribed to Chris, go subscribe to him. The 740. I'm assuming 740 is your area code. We have one area code for the entire state of Alaska. That's 907. So if you see a 907 number, that's Alaska. Reindeer sausage. Yeah, I'm telling you, caribou sausage, caribou burger is really good. Caribou is one of my favorite meats. For burger and steaks, it's one of my favorite wild game meats. Especially steak if it's cooked right. I like that big back flank steak. And what I do is I marinate it in a fake soy sauce because I'm allergic to soy, but an amino acid sauce, and I marinate it in that, and then sparkling water, whatever flavor of sparkling water you want, and let it in there for a few, and it is what it is. Yes, we have bison hunts up here in Alaska. You need to put it in for one every year, and in 20 years you might get a tag. One of the 12 tags available, Delta Junction area. So yes, you do that. But yeah, it is good. So, all right. So make sure you understand that bison hunts are like 1 in a million draw, but I've started putting in for it every year so that I can be one of the lucky people. And like I said, Delta Junction is one of the tags. I think that's the only two. I want to do the muskox tag, but they're not opening the northern Arctic herd, even though I saw like 80 of them last year and only saw 50 caribou on my hunt. It's the Numic Island. I don't remember the name of the island, but it's northwest of Barrow. Not Barrow. Northwest of like Nome and stuff like that. It's an island out there where you can hunt the muskox. So I wouldn't mind putting in for that tag, but the transportation out there is really expensive. Be a $5,000, $6,000 drop off hunt. So, what's up, DB? How you doing? Good to see you. So, glad you're here. Again, if y'all haven't been to one of these, it's you ask your questions about Alaska or guns or hunting, and then we will talk about it. So make sure you get those questions in. Isn't the muskox a member of the buffalo family? Maybe I would consider them more a member of like, yeah, I guess they would be buffalo family. It'd just be a totally different thing. But they're so totally different. Um, yeah. So you said 5,000. Yes, I said $5,000 for a drop off. The airplane fees for getting dropped off here are ridiculous, dude. Literally flying from the port to the island, drop you off. But and then there's the fuel. They have to pay for an outfitter's license every year, and then they have to make several trips to carry the meat. Like the meat from a muskox or a moose or a bison is going to be extremely bad. So is what it is. What would be a fun hunt that you would get a tag up there from being out? John, let me ask you this question. Thank you for joining us in the question. Um, what would be a fun hunt? Let me answer your question with the question. You know, uh, are you looking to pay for a guide? Are you looking to do it yourself? And are you looking to, how much money are you looking to spend? Um, So my answer is the cheapest is to hunt black bear and just to go off the road system and look for them. You're also going to be the least successful, because it's hard for me looking for black bear. I've only killed one in like 7 years of hunting here. And that's what I do. So unless you're on a bait station with somebody, you know, which we could talk about, because I'm going to do that next year. Unless you're on a bait station with somebody, you're probably not going to see a lot. Just something to think about. All right. So just that. Mossberg 88 or 500, 590. The 500, 590 pumps a little smoother. And if it's for bear defense, then every little dollar you spend, it helps for a better weapon, but better defense. So I would get the 500, 590. If you could only afford an 88, you're good. That's what I got. My son is a 20 gauge Maverick 88. It's still a good one. So, yes, that's insane. The pilots make a lot of money. Yep. Yeah. And fuel maintenance. Yeah. Especially parts. And they got a lot of old planes that they make parts for up here, guys. It's crazy. All right. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty meticulous and it's pretty crazy in parts. It's airplane maintenance is meticulous as like Ferrari maintenance. Like, you know, they're not known to be Toyota Corollas, where you can just jump in them and drive for 200,000 miles, change the oil. You got to do everything to them and check every little thing. Because if you're in the air and you have engine problems, you might not be in the air and you might have, come to Jesus problems. Hopefully it's not a problem for you, but that's that. Thoughts on the 280 Ackley improved? It's awesome. Yeah, it's an awesome cartridge. I'm glad it's making a comeback. High BC and stuff like that. If I could get a hold of two rifles, I would love to do 7mm PRC versus 280 Ackley improved. I think that would be a great video. That's a good idea for reloading Weatherby. Since you do your like book charts and don't actually do shooting videos like I do on all of your cartridge comparisons, which is not a problem. You have good videos. I'm just saying when I do a comparison, I go shoot them. And so that would be a hard one for me to do considering I have neither rifle. The 280 Ackley improved is a nice cartridge. I would definitely look into that. All right. You would get a decent amount of ammo with that. Yeah, might even be able to afford to ship it up here on a pallet. Yep. What's up, Justin Perry, man? How you doing? Montana Musings, go subscribe. Gunmetal Guy USA, go subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Reloading Weatherby as well. David, you got a plane and you haven't offered to take me somewhere yet? What's up? What's up, dude? We gotta work this out. I mean, I don't mind paying a little bit of money. $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 is, makes it where only rich people can afford to hunt. But I don't mind a little bit of money. It is what it is. Okay, thank you for the input. Yeah. If you wanted to do John, also on a cheap tag, like you can do some off the road caribou hunts and be really successful. Um, so is what it is. Just email me Alaskan Ballistics at Gmail. You know, probably do the same one I'm doing. To be honest with you, you don't have to get a draw tag. There's plenty of caribou. You are only allowed one bull, but it is doable. So, nah, bush plane, Grant Air. Yeah, but you still give me a good choice. Give me a good deal out there. Um, you have a knife in your bag and not a 45-70 and a 22. You need to have a knife, a 22 for small game and a 45-70 for large dangerous game. Yep, hook them up, David. There you go. Hook them up. Hook them up. Hook them up. Yep. Um, Not this season, but next I have something I really want to do, and it's a short flight, so it wouldn't be that hard. So just something to think about. Sorry, I'm texting my hunting partner. My hunting partner for my hunt has got an issue that came up, and um, it is what it is. All right, World Gun Owners Association. Make sure you check them out on Facebook. Why is my lighting and everything just going haywire? Like it's going haywire. It's the camera on this new computer. This new computer is great for writing music, but it's not great for my live shows. I might have to go back to the old one. Arkin or Athlon Midas five. Honestly, I like my Discovery Optics 5 to 25 by 56. If you're going that big, the one I had a video on, and I can send you a link to it and everything. But yeah, you're going to get a lot better glass for not that much, for a little bit less money. They're going to be, it's incredible glass. It's almost as good a glass. It's like 95% as good a glass as my $1,300 Leupold VX5 HD. So it's competing in that class with the quality of glass. So definitely not the perfect scope in the world, but if you're going to go like that, but spend the money and get a Leupold. I was just talking with NY Prepper. He had an Athlon break. Of course, it was 200 rounds of 416 Ruger that it broke on. But yeah, I would definitely check it out. So, ain't no pilot, no plane. All right, cool. If you only had two cartridges to choose to hunt with, which would you pick, 22 LR or 46 Weatherby? Can only pick one. Well, you said you only had two cartridges. So honestly, if I could only have one cartridge to do everything with, laws notwithstanding, I would pick my 22 Magnum. I mean, because I can put a full metal jacket flat nose through a bear skull and he'll flop over. And I could, same thing with a moose, same thing with a muskox, same with the thing with the caribou. And then for small game, I can put an expanding bullet for rabbits, squirrels, grouse, that kind of thing. So I just, yeah, I would definitely say, if you only had one gun to survive with, I would pick a 22 Magnum. That being said, it's terrible for bear defense. And if you're in a situation where you only had one gun, you're not a very smart person. So let's just say that. But as a hypothetical discussion question, I get it. If I only had two cartridges, if I had to have two cartridges with me in the wild, it would probably be a 22 Magnum and a 375 Ruger. I would rather have the distance that a 250 grain bullet can get me out of that. Again, why is my light changing? It's just crazy. I mean, I got a remote on it. It's not the light, it's the camera on the computer, but can I go down? Here, let's turn on the red light. What's that doing? Now it's on the changing color light now. So anyway, um, but if I had to carry two with me, it would be 22 long rifle and probably 375 or three Ruger or 300 Win Mag or possibly 338. Like if I had to survive out in the wilderness, build me a cabin and have one or two guns with me, that's what it would be. If I needed to do it all rifle, it'd be a 308 AR-10. So, it would be a 308 AR-10. So yes. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, the glass is better on those Discovery optics than the two you're looking at. You know, just tell them to make sure they send you one where um the what do you call it? The sides, the turret stop, zero stop. That's what I'm looking for. Works. So, put an element scope. Buster Base likes the 460 Weatherby. Weatherby at least 22 is cheaper and plentiful. Besides that, shot placement owners of mine used to do crazy shots when they were younger. Yep, there you go. Dang, I made a live chat. There we go. Yeah, all I had to do was change the time by 5 hours. So no big deal. 22 Magnum. Do you have one AR-15? I do not have an AR-15 in 22 Magnum. I think the only one producing is Bear Creek Arsenal. And, sometimes they have good deals and sometimes they don't. And sometimes they have quality control issues. So I think I have that. So hopefully, there we go. Let's see. Does the red light work better? Anyway, so that's that. What's your favorite gun that you own? Whew. My favorite gun that I own. Well, we're gonna have to break this down into categories. My favorite bolt hunting rifle is my 6.5 284 Savage 111. Not because it's the best gun in the world, but it's the most accurate rifle I've grouped the tightest with. I love that 6.5 by 284 Norma. Second to that would be my Remington 700 with the Magpul stock and 7mm Remington Magnum. It's heavy with that Magpul stock, but it's very accurate. And the third to that would be the 300 Weatherby. That's in the bolt actions hunting guns. As far as like rim fires, I like, I've only shot it once now, but probably my favorite gun is my 22 Magnum. I like that. So is what it is. Handguns, my Glock Model 40 is my favorite gun. I love shooting that thing, followed by my Glock 34. I love the long slides. I think they're great on really, really good velocity, and then you get good, accuracy with the longer barrel and heavier setup, and the longer slide takes it out. So takes out the recoil. So cool. Did you use my links on MeWe? I've been putting MeWe links out for those things forever. But no, I'm seriously, I'm happy you enjoy yours, and I hope it's doing well. I've been thinking about doing a PSA rock to get into 5.7 by 28 to see if my wife kind of likes shooting it. I want to get her something she likes shooting. So that's that. So all right. Have a good one, Justin Perriman. All right. Let's see. David's would be his 10mm XTM or 308 Savage 1110 with a Magpul Hunter stock. Cool. Thoughts on 338 Federal? I wish it was more popular. It's a very good big game hunting round for the AR-10 platform. So because it's a big game hunting round, I definitely think it'd be a good one. Here in Alaska, a 20-inch barrel, AR-10, maybe even an 18-inch barrel in 338 Federal won't lose you that much velocity, but it'll get you a lot more velocity or a lot more bigger bullet than 6.5 Creedmoor or 308. and you can penetrate deeper. It's a good round. I wish they'd made some more guns in it. I wish you would have like the Ruger Gunsight Scout in it. Would be a good one. You know, I wish the Savage would have a bolt action type scout rifle in it as well. And then I wish more people would start making AR-10s in it. It's just too good of a round to not do. I mean, you can get a 160 grain Barnes TTSX going like 29.50 depending on the barrel length tested. So I'd definitely look at that. That's a 160 grain, and the 225s and the 210. I think the 210s are like 2600. So that's not. The 210 is going to be 2800 out of a 300 win mag. Maybe you get 2550 in a 20-inch barrel AR-10. So yeah, I wish there's more. I wish more people would do it. I really do. Tika 270. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I did find an accurate load that it likes, just not one I'm willing to take after moose, because I want my wife to use it as a moose gun or whatever she wants to gun. All right. When you own a collection of rifles, handguns, and shotguns, it's hard to anoint one. Yes. What's up, Dan Cruz? How you doing? Thanks for answering, brother. Have a good one. I'll have to check out the Savage bolt action you were talking about. I love my Remington 700. Yeah. No, it's great. Y'all know how much I hate the 270. Guncraft in the UK make a 22 Magnum AR-15 as well as Lantac Firearms in the UK. Now, how do I get my hands on one? So that's that. And how do you get your hands on one with all the UK? Do you have to have it at a gun club and only it stays at the gun club and that's the only place you can shoot it? So this is what it is. PSA Dagger, how are they at handling plus P encoded hardcast? I don't know, to be honest with you. I didn't shoot that much through it. So I really don't know. I sold mine because I didn't need another 9mm handgun. Why it's almost never available, ammo never available for 33s, but plenty of 35s. I have no idea. By 33s, I think it means 338 and 35s, 350 Remington, 35 Remington, 350 Legend. Love your thoughts on the Glock 47. I did a first shots video because Chook let me borrow one, or let me shoot it one day when we were out there. So I just filmed an intro out there. I like it. It shoots great. It was very smooth, very accurate. I like the idea that you can go back and forth between a 45 or 19X and a 17. Be nice if you could put a 34 slide on it too, so you could have long slide, medium slide, short slide, and you can do what you want to with any of those. So I like it. I think it's a good concept. It's not really anything new. There's a rumor out there that they had a 47 or a 46 or something like that. That was the rotating barrel style that a Beretta, what do you call it? PX4 has. It's a rotating barrel instead of a tip barrel that the lock breech design, and like those shoot so much smoother that I think that's what I wanted when I heard the 47. So when I heard the 47, I was thinking like the German police model that's rumored to be out there of a rotating barrel Glock, and it wasn't that, and I was disappointed. If they ever come out with that rotating barrel Glock, I will be happy to buy one. I'll be one of the first people to buy one, because I like Glocks and I like the rotating barrel system. But as far as the Glock 47, I like it, and I like the concept. I just think you're going to be, it's nothing different than any other Glock. As far as like, if you have a 17 and you have a 19, you don't need to rush out and buy one. If you don't have a Glock at all, this is a good one to get because you can switch the slides and stuff. So it's kind of it's a niche. I got a video on it. I love shooting it. I like it overall. It's just not that new thing that everybody from Glock really wanted. Why do people, when reloading, load max power when if loaded a little lower, be more accurate? That's not always true. All right, it depends on the powder and stuff. So people like to get as fast a velocity as they can and most powder that they can without sacrificing accuracy. So if I can use a different powder and get more velocity and get the same accuracy, or change the length of the cartridge, or whatever it needs to be to get more accuracy, then it's not necessarily true. With certain powders like IMR 4831, it is true. Like you back that down a little bit, it's going to be much more accurate. But you don't have the power factor, you know. It's still plenty for deer, it's still plenty for caribou, but if I'm hunting with a 270, which, you know, IMR 4831 is one of my favorite 270 powders. If I'm hunting with a 270 and I'm hunting in Alaska, I want power, because if I run into that bear, you know, it is what it is. So I want it to have much more energy. And when you drop it 200 feet per second or 300 feet per second, you're dropping the foot pounds 3, 4, 500 feet foot pounds. So if you drop that 270, 130 grain bullet from 3,100 feet per second down to 2,750 or 2,850, yeah, it's not going to kick at all. And you're going to be more accurate with the rifle. You are going to be as a shooter, because it's not going to make you flinch. Is it plenty for caribou? Yes. Is it plenty for black bear? Yes. If you run into a crazed grizzly, is it going to get them off of you? Probably. I mean, it's still more powerful than the 44 Magnum. So, you know, do what you want to do. All right. Joining us and waiting patiently is the legendary, the man, the myth, Bullet Buck. All right. Buck.
How's it going? How's it going? Well, it's going pretty good. I was fighting my headphones for. Oh boy, let me see. Showing that it works on this end. Let me make sure. Settings, audio.
So while he's getting that there, just interrupt me when you're done.
Is that work?
SIG 220 and 10 millimeter, very tempting. Best SHTF 6.5 Creedmoor round. I would say 140 grain full metal jackets. I would just find 140 grain full metal jackets, because, you know, you're still putting a whole lot more energy on target than you would with, 5.56. And it's not going as fast as a 150 grain 308 7.62 NATO round, but it's going pretty close into that 2750, 2800 range, which is where the NATO round starts, 2750 to 2850, maybe 2900, depending on what you load it with. I would load 140 grain full metal jackets, and then I would find an expanding bullet that works well with the same powder charge, and you can know your 2 point of impacts, and they're pretty close with the same powder charge, same length of the cartridge. And that's what I would do. Now my guns like 127 grain LRX, so that's my SHTF 6.5 Creedmoor round. I've got a lot of the factory loads. I'm working on the hand loads to get them accurate. It's just been a long time load development with them, so I'm working on that, and hopefully that gets them. And if it works, it works. I'll let y'all know. So I'm working on that, and I'm excited to try what I've tried before. So hopefully that will work out. So that's that. What's your favorite caliber to carry not in the woods? 10 millimeter. Any surprise? I carry 40 Smith & Wesson a lot, just because I have a small shield that I used for the channel, and I got rid of my Glock 43, so I'm not carrying 9 millimeter. Carrying just, small shield, 7 rounds of the mag, 1 in the chamber, plus 7 round backup mags. It works. I've had a jam with some bad Winchester white box, but that's about it. I carry my Glock 19 often, though not as often anymore. And I'd rather have 10 millimeter on me. Heavy coats, wildlife in the city, getting charged by a moose while you're in the city here is not unheard of. Walking a trail, you decide to go walk the dog on a trail in Alaska, is what it is. So you hate the 270. Good thing Ron Lowney isn't here. He'd deliver his ubiquitous 270 manifesto in the chat, right? R-Dub. Yeah, I think he was so impolite about it, I had to ban him from the channel. So Stick versus ball powder. I don't look at stick versus ball powder. I look at what works in my gun. That's what I look at. So, that's that. Only 10 millimeter. Most average Joes would need to be a G20 IMO. You know, be honest with you, the 29 is great for concealed carry. I love my G20. Don't get me wrong, but the G40 is such a much better gun. So, much better gun. How you doing, Bullets for Bucks? Stan Cruz asks. He's all right. So, Bullets for Bucks, say something, because apparently somebody can hear you.
Somebody? Can you hear me? Oh, wait, hold on. I think I figured it out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, not me. I can't hear you at all.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 people that can hear you in the chat, but I can't hear you. What's your favorite animal to hunt? For me, it'd be caribou, because that's what I mostly hunt. It's a lot easier to get out of the woods than a moose. All that over 270. Yeah, really. Yes. 30-06 or 308 is greater than 270. Yes. 270 is very popular for deer this side of the pond. Yeah, it's a good deer round. Don't get me wrong. So, all these people says they can hear you. I still cannot hear you. What 40 round do you use? I use 165 grain Federal HST, but I'll probably switch over to Extreme Defenders. 30-06 is the Mac Daddy centerfire for rifle cartridges. It's the one by which everyone is judged. It's not the best one. I mean, your best overall cartridge is 7mm rim mag, 300 Win mag, but it's a good one. There's no doubt about it. And there's a lot of dead Germans and Japanese that would disagree with me. So that is that.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Thoughts on 357 SIG. Love 357 SIG. I got a couple videos on the channel. Go watch them out, David. Love it. It's great. How do you feel about Lehigh Defense extreme penetrators for 10mm on large predators, bear, mountain, etc.? They penetrated deeper in hardcast in all of my tests, so I would say go with it. I like hardcast for the better frontal area, and I think like they're, the monometal bullets that are flat nosed, like the Buffalo Bore Dangerous Games, are better than both of them. So I would look at those too. But as far as large predators, you can't go wrong with 220 grain hardcast for 10mm or 200 grain hardcast. But there's nothing wrong with that 140 grain extreme penetrator. Yeah, that underwood round is nice. I've been leaning more towards that for carry. Yeah, it's going to be there. Stephen, I'm going to kick you out and back in and see if that works. It might be a StreamYard issue. It happens a lot. So, let's see. All right, he went all the way out. Yeah, I can't hear him at all. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. Anyway, let's see if he's back in. I appreciate it. Reloading. Weatherby's texting me in the middle of the chat. There goes my camera again. Why is it changing? I don't like the brightness. Why is the brightness on my camera just changing? Shoot just came out saying the FN best 10. Y'all need to battle that out. Maybe. No, I don't have him muted on StreamYard. It was not muted. I checked that. I got my stream. I put it in the mags with coded hardcast. It switched every round fired. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. Oh, I've seen it happen on StreamYard. So, light will overcome darkness. That's very true. What you saying about me, huh? Yeah, I just wish it wouldn't shift. I could get it set and it wouldn't shift on me. So, is what it is. All right. Let's see. He hasn't come back in yet. Yeah. Again, there he goes again. Weird. Just weird. Maybe I just need to turn my recording light off. Yeah, that's weird. Really weirdly weird. I've been in my camera settings. And going in my camera settings. There we are. I'm just going to turn the contrast up a little bit and the brightness down. Let's see. How's that, guys? Oh, that's pretty bad too. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I'm probably just gonna have to hook up that camera that what's his name? Alan B Pro gave me. So let's see here. Ooh, that's not good. Let's see. There we go. That seems pretty decent. Let's see if it stays on that. Maybe not. All right. Let's see how we do here. What's up, Bullets for Bucks? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh.
It's
not muted on StreamYard. London Broil is done. There you go, Hunter Kirk. Have a good one. Dang, I was hoping to see these two chat live. Yeah, we do it a lot. Chuck, I can see the gray hairs. Oh, it adjusted itself again. Yep.
Comment if you can hear me.
Yeah, hold on a second here. Playing with new computers. There we go. That's better. We'll just do that for right now. Quit playing around with it. So everybody enjoy that broil, Hunter. Sounds amazing. Chuck, it looked like you're in a horror video game. Yeah, that's that. I'm just gonna go with my icon right now.
Yeah, everybody can hear me. Something's going on with his speakers, or he doesn't have, or his earbuds, or something like that.
Let's see. Is this better? I can't.
The coolest part about this is I can say whatever I want, and he can't hear me.
Hold on, I can't tell here.
Yeah, he's definitely muted, or probably not muted. He's probably earbuds or speakers on his end aren't working. I could have a lot of fun with this, but I won't. I'll be nice.
Yeah, this app is terrible.
Yeah, I can see the chat. And I back end tested my audio.
Sorry, this is a little bit of a train wreck this afternoon.
I fought my headphones for 45 minutes trying to get them to connect to my laptop before I got on here. So
can't tell at all.
My favorite bolt action rifle. Oh man, there's a lot of good ones out there.
It's pretty horrible.
My favorite one that I own is probably my Fierce CT Rival, although I don't like that it doesn't have a locking safety. That locks the bolt.
Yeah.
I really like my Socko S20 and my Havoc, Seekins Precision.
All right. Since everybody else can hear you, but I can't, go right ahead. This is the time to be brutal. Take full advantage. That's what true friends do. Yeah, tell them how fat and out of shape I was on the caribou hunt. Yeah, which I admit to. So, and then I'm doing it again this year. So, not with you. You're going about 10 days later than I am. So, we're leaving August 2nd. So, you can see in chat. All right. So, if you guys can hear that, everybody wants to know your thoughts. Go right ahead.
Yeah, my favorite bolt action rifle right now is probably my Fierce bolt action, my Seekins Precision Havoc,
about the 270.
and the
this is weird. So
the Socko, but none of those are. I would say if I was like looking for a chassis rifle to be my favorite, I don't own one, but it might be the Fix by Q. I think that's who makes it. And I do like Weatherby, but they have some QC issues right now. Oh my. Somebody's spamming the comment section. Mr. Burgles. So on the Seekins Havoc PH2, the stock leaves a little bit to be desired. It's a carbon fiber polymer mix and it also doesn't have a locking safety. Same with the CT Rival, the Fierce CT Rival doesn't have a locking safety that locks the bolt. And on the Socko S20, it has plastic over a mini chassis. So like all three of those rifles have things I dislike, even though I like them. Your turn. Mr. Burgles, man, is he wet for you or something? I don't know what's going on here. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if I was looking for a favorite chassis rifle that was factory produced that I could also use for hunting, even though I don't usually hunt with chassis, it would probably be one of the new Weatherby 307 Alpine MDT rifles, or it would be the Fix by Q. If I was looking for traditional like carbon fiber stock rifle, maybe a Mark V, but I have some mixed feelings about those, like the Backcountry 2.0 I own, or Fierce with a carbon fiber stock. Also, like I think the Socko 100, I want to say it's like their 100th anniversary. I could be wrong on the model name, but it's just insanely overpriced for what it is, but it is pretty sweet.
Yes, people, I am banning that user and deleting their comments. This is so crazy, my camera here on this.
He was just wet for Chuck. That's all that was. He was just all about it. He wanted some Chucky.
All right, guys. That guy was a little weird. Mr. Burgles. 3 accounts. He had 3 accounts. Weird. All right. David, I'll work on that. Stephen, what rifles are you hunting with this year? You can tell everybody since I can't hear you.
I will probably, actually, I totally forgot. One of my favorite hunting rifles, is actually probably going to be the Springfield Waypoint 2020. I just haven't had a lot of time with it, but that's also a good one. So the Springfield 2020, Waypoint 2020, the CT Rival from Fierce, and the Weatherby Backcountry 2.0. Those will be my three primary hunting rifles. CT Rival from Fierce and the Weatherby. Those will be my. I'm getting feedback in my headphones. That's why I paused, but it's all good. So I'll be hunting with those. Those will be my three primary hunting rifles. I'm considering taking the Springfield Waypoint to Alaska because it's only 20-inch barrel, and that way I can put a suppressor on it, and it'll still be a shorter overall length than like the Backcountry 2.0 from Weatherby or the Fierce Rival. And that way I can put a suppressor on it. Maybe the Sacco, because the Sacco you can break down and remove the buttstock as well for like traveling. So that's kind of a hard call, but it is heavier. Maybe the Sacco. Yeah, I've been able to hear him the whole time. I think David just turned. Oh, now I can't hear him at all. What happened? Can you guys hear him is the question.
So usually the way this works is like, it's a bad thing with StreamYard and I need to start the chat over again. You guys hear him is the question. So usually the way this works is like, it's a bad thing with StreamYard and I need to start the chat over again. All right, let me try this again. I unplugged my microphone. Can you guys hear me? Okay, Bullets for Buck. Can you say something?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now I can hear you. It was my microphone somehow interfering with my speakers on my computer. Wow. All right. So this has been a train wreck of a chat, but whatever. What else? At least you have that beautiful studio there. I like it. It's nice. I like the walls there. So
it's just in my basement. Just I made it last year. This is actually flooring panels, like flooring, and I just put it on the wall, and I made all this last year.
Is it real wood or is it that fake flooring stuff?
It's not like the polymer or plasticky flooring. It's like press board flooring, so it's still fake, but it's like a press board. So it's probably considered some sort of a laminate, maybe. I'm not sure.
And it probably has better sound quality bouncing than pure wood, but better than plastic or something too.
It might. If you look there, right there, that I also have acoustical foam that I bought off Amazon and like glued to the walls. So like the whole ceiling and most of the walls that aren't on camera are acoustical foam. And then I bought the light bars and everything. So it's not like, I did it all myself last year. I did it. It's not like super, you could go fancier with like the paneling could have been a lot fancier and stuff, but it is what it is. It's a lot nicer than what I had. What I had before was a closet in an unfinished basement, and I could put my arms out and I could literally hit all four like walls. That's how big it was. And people thought they'd be like, why are you filming so close? And I was like, because I literally can't back up from the camera. Like it was literally like a small closet. So this is a lot better than that.
Yeah. So I don't know why my camera just keeps on changing the light and the mode and everything. I wanted to put a different camera on this computer, so I'll probably have to go to a different live streaming. So if y'all guys got a live streaming camera you want me to try, let me know. So I'll probably test out another one.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but it is the OBS bot camera or the DJI webcam, I think is what it's called. But there's a OBS bot cameras and the DJI webcam. Those are both, Insta360. So instead of being 360, it's like Insta360 webcam or the OBS bot. Those are both good cameras. I have 2 of each of those, and those are pretty cool, and they work good in my experience.
No, they're not that expensive.
Is the OBS bot, there's a 4K and a 1080p version. That's what I'm filming with right now, is the 1080p version. So I have the OBS bot filming right now. That's what I'm using. And then the Insta like 360 or whatever I have on my desktop, and that's pretty good as well. They both can pan, zoom, tilt, and the Insta one has really good audio, surprisingly, for a built-in microphone. But
okay, cool.
Anyway, Bullets for Bucks mentioned the 307 Weatherby. Oh, I think they're asking you if have you heard of that one? Have you looked into that one?
307 Weatherby? That's
so it's not.
There's a 307 Winchester.
Yeah, it's not a cartridge. It's a new model they came out with, and they literally released it last week. So they.
Oh yeah, so it's a Remington 700 clone copy, is what it is. And yeah, I looked at it. I didn't see any MSRPs when I looked at it, so it's gonna be interesting to see how expensive it is comparing to buying like an Aero Precision Solus or a Daniel Defense, because there's so many, or even a Bergara, because my Bergara shoots half-inch and is, you know, going to be cheaper than most Weatherby rifles, you know, custom Weatherby rifles. So it's going to be interesting that they're getting into a crowded market.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was lucky because being in the town that Weatherby's in, they just so happened. Oh my goodness, I'm about to seize. They just so happened to have a public range day, not a Weatherby range day, but like the public range had a open range day with like 10 companies there. And Weatherby introduced that rifle, and 2 days later they had that range event. And Weatherby actually had the Model 307 Range XP, the Model 307 Alpine MDT there, which blew my mind because it was like 2 days later and I didn't even think they'd have them there. And I got to shoot them, and I have content on them, but it's really brief content. The 307 range, Model 700 clone. They spiral fluted the barrel, spiral fluted the bolt. It's a Trigger Tech field trigger in it. It's muzzle brake. I believe it's threaded with a muzzle brake. I think it comes with a radio muzzle brake. So like all that was good. The action was smooth. The thing is like the only thing that separates it from like 90% of the market. Cause like I laughed. I actually kind of teased them behind the camera because it was like their first new model in 50 years. And you're literally doing what every company's been doing for like 30 years, which is cloning the 700. So I kind of thought that was a little funny. It is nice though. The only thing that's really amazing about it, I guess, or actually it separates it, is that you can push a button on the back of the shroud. The bolt handle comes out in the hole, and the firing pin comes out like really easily and a little bit more innovative than some of the other designs I've seen. So you don't need like a shoelace or anything to take it apart. That's cool. It also had a skeletonized bolt tactical, and it's a threaded bolt handle, so you can swap it out. And they're going to sell the actions separately, so you can make custom rifles with them. The Range XP model, though, is just a polymer stock, adjustable cheek riser. It's fully free floated, but he said it wasn't pillar bedded and it's not glass bedded, and there's no aluminum bedding block. And I think they're coming in around $1,200. So to me, that like it needs to have a better bedding system and a better stock. I think the stock was kind of, for what it was, it seemed overpriced with that stock. The Alpine MDT comes with the MDT really high-end carbon fiber chassis, but I think they're asking like $2 or $3 grand for that rifle. They're going to be asking, and that chassis is amazing, and the rifle was smooth. Everything was amazing about it, but I feel like you could probably just get like a Bergara and throw it into that chassis and maybe save $1,000
or more. Yeah.
So nice rifles. I like them. They shot well, but I'm not sure if they're going to separate themselves enough from the competition in that space.
Yeah, because they're going to have to be really nice bedded rifles in the sub 1,500 category to really make a competition, because, you know, all Bergaras are a Remington 700 that most of the parts are compatible for. So it's like, you know, you don't really. And then, you know, these days, you know, people hate on Remington. I mean, they're still making rifles, and to be honest with you, their barreled action is still good. Their internal magazines suck. Their safety suck. For a while, their X-Tac trigger or whatever not X-Tac or whatever they call that trigger. X-Mark trigger. Those sucked. But I've got one on my 7 mag, and my 7 mag, it was a bad Remington, but it shoots sub half inch groups, almost quarter inch groups very often. And so I would definitely just say, like, if I were going to get into the Remington 700 world, and I would just I'd buy a barreled action from a Remington 700 ADL or BDL, and just start building from there, because you're gonna have you can spend $600 on one of those guns, and then another $700-800 on a chassis or something like that. And if you wanted to have a gunsmith do your bolt up, or you buy a bolt that fits it, that kind of thing, it's just you can save a lot of money. And I think Weatherby's just going to price themselves out of the market. Really they need the barrel action to be the action where you can put your own barrel on it. It needs to be sub $400 or $500, and I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to do that. I mean, the handle isn't abrased on like a Remington, the bolt handle, and like there's some things, like I think they said something, I can't remember what it was. The Tang is a better design, or it's more beefy. There's certain things that are like, it's nice. I don't know if they're going to come in at the right price point for what it is. I mean, I do disagree on the 700. If I was going to get a 700, I would just get a Bergara or like a Seekins. I think is also a 700 footprint. I'd probably do something different than getting an actual Remington barreled action. But
oh yeah, no, that's way better. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, just because yeah. I mean, I think
cheap, yeah,
the Bergara, you could get a barreled action that's Cerakoted, comes with a radial brake and a better trigger without having to like do anything, and then just throw it in a 700 chassis or stock. So that's probably why I would go.
I think that's better, but if you wanted to go absolutely cheap, you could still go cheaper than Bergara even, That's what I'm trying to say. So.
Yeah, the big takeaway with looking at their 307 models, which I guess it's their third rifle variation, and I asked them, are you still going to carry the Vanguards, or is this like a play to get rid of the Vanguards and you're going to replace it with? And they said no, they're supposedly going to keep the Vanguard series made by Howa. But I feel like it's a third. So part of the numbering they're claiming was it's a third number, and it's man, I can't remember. Oh, and it's based on the 700, so 307. But really, it's my area code. It's the area code in Wyoming. So, I mean, I think that was the biggest reason they did 307, because that's the area code they're in. But I guess they could also say that, yeah, it's a third model, or the third variant they've offered, and the 7 for this, being based on the Remington 700. But yeah. I wouldn't get the Range XP just because the stock is underwhelming, even though it's functional.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, it's been over an hour on the chat. Most of it's been a train wreck. I'm going to spend the afternoon cleaning and getting stuff cleaned up around here. I'll probably produce a video for Friday release instead of Wednesday. So that's what's going on here. Bullets for Bucks, what you got coming up on your channel?
All kinds of stuff. I'm releasing like a short video a day. Basically, most of those are clips of shooting guns, and then a long form video anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. We're going to be transitioning from, like, a lot of long form videos were SHOT Show videos. They're going to be transitioning into hunting videos from last year and this spring for like bear and turkey, and rifle comparisons are going to be coming up, where we're actually going to be comparing rifles and shooting rifles. And so getting back to more like the core content that people actually like versus like SHOT Show videos. That'll be coming, kind of trickling in through July and August. So
cool. All right, guys. Well, make sure you check out Bullets for Bucks. Check out everybody that has a channel in the side chat. Sorry for the new time. Let me know in the comments what you think about the new time if you're watching this at a later time. I'm probably just going to be doing this time for the rest of the summer because, basically my wife and the kids are gone because she helps with her brother. and gets paid to do so. They're gone for they're gone all day, and I would like to be with them when they get home. So, if you like the new time, let me know. Mid-afternoon Sunrise Gun Chat. It's 2:37 here right now, so it's mid-afternoon for us. So, guys, God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range. Hopefully, it won't be a train wreck next time. All right. We'll see you later.
All right.